Hi guys, we are going to be talking about a tarot deck today. It's a Rider-Waite. I love Rider-Waite, obsessed with it. But I really wanted to kind of do a little comparison of three of them that I have. They're from the same creator. And I wanted to show you guys the deck, but also do a side-by-side comparison. So, we'll get down to the table in just a minute, but first I'm going to talk about the decks. So this is an Etsy deck. I've actually mentioned this one a couple times before. I own a couple different decks by this creator. So this Etsy seller goes by the name Tarot Cards Dark Forest. They sell pretty much like Rider-Waite clones. It's a printing, like they do their own printing, and they just have their own little kind of just a little bit of a different way of doing the Rider-Waite, the typical Rider-Waite. Anyway, sorry guys, I completely butchered that. Oh my gosh, Starla again? Starla! This cat, every time I come into this room, she's like always in here. She's like loves laying like a human on the pillow. It's just too funny to me. Okay, anyways, sorry for the distraction. So yeah, so they go by Tarot Cards Dark Forest. You can find them on Etsy. I will link the shop in the description box. So if you get deck lust after watching this video, you can go check out their Etsy shop. I do believe they ship outside of US, so you should be able to have no problem with that. The only thing about it is sometimes shipping can take a while. So I guess it just depends. They are coming from Florida. So that's on the opposite end of the country for me. But shipping does kind of take a little bit. So I think it has to do with the fact that the cards are being printed and then, they're shipping them out, and shipping takes a while. So that's the only gripe that I have with it, with the shop, is that. Other than that though, she's really stepped up her game with the way she ships. Like as in how she does her packaging. My very first deck that I bought from her, it was a very sad, it was an unfortunate experience, due to the lack of care that was put into it when the cards were shipped. But since then, I've been supporting her business still. And she's come up with some really cool ways to safely package and ship out the cards. And I don't know, she's been listening to a lot of her reviews from when she first started, and she has definitely grown. So definitely check out her shop. I do vouch for her now. And yeah, let's start talking about the tarot cards. So these are I like to call them the vintage look. They're like the vintage Rider-Waite decks. So you can order them in the box. So she does have an option where you can order the deck in a wooden box. I don't have any of those boxes to show you guys. I personally don't really like to have separate wooden boxes. To me, it's just extra storage to have to find a place for. So I always order the deck with just in the tuck box. So the tuck boxes look like this. This is just a very general, very easy, simple little tuck box. Nothing special. They do all come with a white book. Mine, I threw it out. I don't use the white book, but it does come with a little white booklet. And this is basically what the little tuck box look like, just in case anyone wanted to know. There is also, since, like I said, she's been stepping up her game with her business, she's also adding on the option to get a deck bag. So I actually did that for these two decks, two of them that I'm going to show you. So you get the little drawstring bag, and it still came in a tuck box. So I don't know if she's still doing that combo or if it's just going to be the cards in the bag, but at least when I ordered it, it was the cards in the tuck box, and then there's also the bag. And I do believe you can order these bags separate, but I recommend them. They're actually really cute. So they have the moon, a crescent moon. It looks like a little dream catcher here. And it's just really cute. It's a velvet bag, and the drawstrings, like, it's just super cute. So really nicely done. So I have 2 of them here. And these are the vintage cards. So vintage as in the cards, the way that the cards look, they look vintagey or old. So I have 3 of them, and that's what we're going to be taking a closer look at, because 2 of them are what she labels as cardboard cardstock, which is, it's crafty cardstock. It's very nice. And the other one, as you can see, the one I just showed you guys, is more, it's labeled plastic. So I wanted to do a side-by-side because I think that these cards are very beautiful and should get a closer look. So let's go down to the table and we will have a closer look side-by-side of these beautiful vintage decks. Okay, you guys, so here's a up-close look at the tuck box that I was talking about. So it's just a very basic, it just says the Writer Tarot deck. She does not give names to her cards as far as I know. So I just call them vintage, like the vintage cards, because I don't know what else to call them. I haven't really thought of anything, you know, cool. But here's the drawstring bags that I wanted to show you guys up close because they're so pretty. So it's like a maroony color, it's velvet, and you could see the crescent moon with a little crystal and little crystal hangings from there, and super cute. Here's the other one. The coloring in this one I feel is a little bit different. It kind of looks, this one looks a little bit darker, but they're beautiful. They're really nice bags. So I recommend it if you guys are not fans of the tuck boxes, or if you don't want to get the wooden box that she has. I was looking at the reviews. A lot of people complain about the wooden boxes, saying that they fall apart easily. So I think you could fix that with just some glue. But if you don't want to hassle with that, I do recommend the bags. They're really pretty. So just my little 2 cents. Or, you can't go wrong with a tuck box. Okay, so here are the cards. The first 2 have that cardboard cardstock that she mentions in her description. So it's beautiful cardstock. It's not something to be afraid of. It is very beautiful. And then the third deck is the same as this one, only the coloring is a little bit more contrasted. It's brighter, and it's a plastic. So it's labeled as the plastic deck. But I wanted to kind of do the side-by-side because I haven't personally done the side-by-side for myself to see. But yeah, as you can see, this one, they're borderless. And then this first one actually has a border. It's really pretty. And they're borderless and they're much more zoomed in. So there's that. But basically, a couple of the complaints that I was seeing on her reviews were that this deck was a little bit darker than they had anticipated, which I guess, from camera, on camera, it doesn't look that bad. In person, it is kind of a little bit tea stained, tea or coffee stained, or it does kind of like you wish you could brighten it up just a little bit, but it's not that bad. I actually really like it. It's pretty. So that's just my opinion. But if you wanted a brighter version of it, then you could go for the plastic. And it is brighter significantly. But then the downfall is it is plastic. So it is very glossy, as you could tell. So not quite everybody's cup of tea with that. But other than that, it's beautiful. The font is not Pixie's font. It is, you know, I don't know what kind of font that is, but it's a font she chose. She uses the same one throughout all of the decks she has in her shop. And the card backs on these guys are really pretty. So here's the plastic version. Really, really pretty. Like this, there's no edging or anything. They are thick. Okay, the plastic cards especially are very thick, so it is a handful. I do split the deck in half and shuffle, and then it kind of like once you start wearing it out a little bit, it's easier to shuffle, but I will say it is a thick deck, okay, just so you know. But the cards are so pretty. The back's very, very pretty. And then, like I said, this one is the exact same as the plasticky one. It's just darker. This is a thick deck, but because the cardstock is like that craft cardboard, I don't even know if I want to call it cardboard, but you know what I mean. It's easy to shuffle. So it's beautiful cardstock, really, really nice. And then this one is the exact same as this. And these card backs are different. So you have like florals. And I actually have been using this one quite a bit. You can already kind of tell. It's been wear and tear because I do shuffle sideways. So I shuffle like this, and then I do the riffle shuffle. But I have been using this one quite a bit because I love it. It feels good in my hands. It's so easy to shuffle. It's just really pretty. So, and then also the images on this one aren't as dark as this one. So it kind of shows up better on my Zooms when I do my one-on-one readings. So really pretty. So let's just kind of go through just the majors. So let me pull out the majors only because otherwise it's just too much deck for one video. So I will kind of show you guys the major arcana. Not all of them, but some of my favorite cards in the majors. And then you guys can kind of have an idea and make a decision if this is something that you would want. Because I know when I'm looking at decks, I do like to see if YouTube has any reviews. So we already looked at the Fool. So here's a really good example too of the side-by-sides, because the Magician has the yellow, well, so does the Fool, but the yellow background, and then you have the contrast with the red. So you could kind of see a big difference with the card with the borders. Even the title is lighter. So I just think it stands out much better. But that's just my opinion. And then the borderless, really pretty. This one is really nice. This one actually shows up very nicely on camera. I don't mind the gloss, so it doesn't really bother me. Oh, you know what? Let me try to keep these in order. Sorry, guys. I only have so much table space. Okay. Here's the High Priestess. And you can kind of see too, because this is like zoomed in, you do kind of get some pieces that are cut off. So like the end of her dress, the crescent moon is partly cut off, as you could tell. So it does, I guess it just depends. I've never really looked at all of the cards like in detail up close, but I guess I should, because I mean, you know, sometimes there could be printing errors and stuff, but I haven't really paid much attention to that. I do know that some of the minor arcana will cut off because it's zoomed in a little bit too much. But it's not something that is a deal breaker for me. I'll show you guys what I mean. But honestly, I really like borderless cards, and I know a lot of people love that. But to be honest, you guys, I prefer the border, especially when it comes to Rider-Waite. I just think I'm so used to the imagery and stuff. I don't really feel like I need to see it zoomed in. It looks beautiful, but I feel like I really prefer the border. That's just me. And I love the way the gloss looks. It just really makes the colors pop. So really, really nice. So let me show you what I mean about the pentacles. Does this one do it? Oh no, not so much. There's a one. Let's see really fast. There's a couple cards in here. Like you see the little pentacle here kind of cuts off. It gets kind of close to the top. I think it's the Ace of Wands. Yeah, see the sword gets cut off at the tops. So some people might not like that. Here we go. So the Ace of Wands is kind of like the top of the wand is cut off. That to me is not something that is a deal breaker for me, but that might actually bug people. So it just kind of depends on how picky. Here you go. Here's another example. The page, his head, the top of his hat has been cut off. So stuff like that can be a little bit, I feel like it's zoomed in just a tad too much. But is it enough to make you not want to buy it? I don't know. So just kind of be aware that that is a possibility. And which is another reason why I love the borders, because you don't have that problem. So just a little opinion. I love the colors and the lovers. So beautiful. Like I said, these are just a little bit darker, but you got this gorgeous contrast over here. They're all, honestly, you guys, all three of them, they're gorgeous. I really want to show you guys the Hermit. I love the strength, so cute. I feel like the Hermit is really pretty, especially in the plastic, because you could really see like those different colors in the sky. So gorgeous. So you guys, let me know in the comments, which one do you like the best? Do you like the gloss? Do you like borderless? Or do you prefer borders with your Rider-Waite? I would love to hear your opinion, because it's just fun to hear. It's just fun to hear what people like. You really see a lot of the colors in these plastic cards for sure. The Devil, he's kind of dark, pretty dark in this one. It's real pretty. And then if you can't decide which one you like, get them all. You know, sometimes you just, if you can't decide, just get them all. I love the way the moon looks in all of those. And the sun. Yeah. So that's all I wanted to show you guys. I just wanted to show you guys the side-by-sides, and sometimes when I have a picture or when I'm using the deck in a video, you guys will ask me about it. So I just thought I would do a quick little side-by-side so you guys could see. It is an Etsy purchase, so like I said, I believe she ships all over the country, or all over the world, I should say. And yeah, all the information will be in the description box. Check her out. Highly recommend. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in my next one soon. Bye, loves.